In this video, I wanted to go over a way to quickly set up your course in an organized way so that you'll be able to build your modules. First, I'm going to show you how to import course content that you might find on the Canvas Commons or in other places. This link brought us to a homepage and modules based template that is available for download. And this is a pretty nice looking homepage. So I'd like to utilize this in my course. You can read the instructions on the link that I've provided. And once you go ahead and download the template, make sure to save it into a location where you'll be able to easily find it. I've saved mine to the desktop. When you're inside of Canvas, go ahead and locate one of your sandbox or course shells. This is a course that I'm working on that has very little content so far. I've just put in one module that I'm currently working on, but if I want to get the rest of my content put in here, I can do it rather quickly. And first I want to include that home page. To bring in content that I've downloaded, I'm at my left side menu. I'll click Settings. In this case, I'm clicking Import Course Content. And the type of content is a Canvas course export package. From here, I will choose my file and go ahead and open and import. Choose all content, and it's uploading currently. Once the upload is complete, it should show up here under current jobs, and I can see that it has been completed. Now we'll go into the pages, and this is the home page that came in with the file that I just uploaded, and it's already set to my home page. So now I can just customize this and link it to my content. I can change the image, write a message to my students, and put in the information on how to contact me, expectations, and some quick access links possibly to your learning modules, and maybe I'll change this one to the syllabus. The key is that you can customize any of this content, but this gives you a nice starting point. I've clicked on over to the modules link, and you can see that that template also brought in some resources for the instructor, and those are unpublished, so those offer links out to some other content and information about Canvas. You could leave that, or you can certainly delete it if you're not interested in having it there. And then they've also given us a sample module. And there are some nice things about this module, such as the structure of it, where there's a overview and to-do list of the module. So images are optional and you can change them. You can give an overview of what this module is about, and then maybe a little information on what you expect the student to do while they're working through this module. Perhaps there is some text reading, assignments or discussions or quizzes that they're going to be working on, and maybe even a scheduled Zoom meeting that you want to list here. And then as they progress through the module, there's perhaps some video content, and this is a good example of posting some information on what the video is about, what you expect them to do while they're watching it, and some other information here. Again, everything can be edited. It's just a nice template. Here is a discussion prompt template, and then on to an assignment template, and then finally At the end of the module, here's a quiz. And finally, at the end of the module, a little bit of a wrap up. This is nice for the students to have so that they understand that they've completed the work on the current module and gives them a little bit of a glimpse onto what's coming. And this can be very short and sweet, just a couple of sentences, again, just kind of organizing that module. What I prefer to do, this is a perfectly acceptable module. What I prefer to do when I'm creating modules is, I'll call this weekly module. And what I like to do is prepare my text headings. So I'll go ahead and put in the 4 that I commonly use, which are overview, lecture content. This might include written text, video information, or even notes from a PowerPoint. Assignments. And in my assignments, I will include discussions, quizzes, projects, papers, whatever I'm having them do, that is the work. And then finally, summary. So when they are logged onto a computer, as I begin to add content to each module, I can put it under the variety of headings. So the reason I like to do this method is I can then duplicate and I can make as many as I need. If I have an 8-week class, if I have a 16-week class, or however many modules or units of learning I need to create, I can create each of these module templates and then simply add the pages, add the assignments, the discussions, the content under the headings that I've created. One last thing I'll note in this example is I want to make sure everyone understands that when you create a home page for your class, on a computer screen, the student sees the home page first. If they are working on a mobile device, they will not see the home page first. If you haven't downloaded the Canvas app yourself yet, I highly recommend that you do, because I believe a lot of our students will be using mobile devices to view the content, and it would be good if you see the same thing that they're seeing as well. We can always go to the student view of a class and just double check what they're seeing here, but you'll want to also see that on a mobile device. If we want them to see our home page on those mobile devices, then one important thing will be to create a module. Maybe that is just very simple and we call it welcome. And under that welcome module, I'm going to move that one to the top. And under that module, I would want to publish it, and I would want to put my home page under that module. That way, if the students are logging in on a mobile device, this will be the first module that they come to, and they will see that home page with all of that content information that you would want them to see. So I hope this helps as you're getting set up with your course building and organization of your course.